Welcome to processtrading.com for day trading, the S&P E-mini futures with the inflection point trade system. This is the site right here. Let's take a look at the system. And this is the trading screen. Basically, it trades in TradeStation. You use the matrix here because the system has a specific trade management technique where you buy into strength and sell into weakness, and that will be the topic of another video. So this is the system as it's traded. It has three different time frames: the 750 tick bar chart I have here, the 1500 tick bar chart, and here's the 30-minute chart here. So it's traded in those time frames, but these are the main indicators which we'll take a look at right now. The system itself is composed of separate panels. It has two oscillators, a range oscillator down here which calculates the high and the low and the pullback points. This is the upper bound, this is the lower bound, and this is in particular the pullback line. Today we're actually going to be going over this indicator, which is the RTM indicator, but the other oscillator within the system here is the inflection oscillator, and it has a momentum line here for price movement, and then it has an inflection line here. And the way that that's employed is that when those cross, you can see that it is very predictive of the price movement. You can see it here, it crosses down, price goes down, here it crosses up, price goes up, here it crosses up, price goes up, here it crosses down, price goes down. So it's comprised of these two oscillators, the range oscillator and the inflection oscillator, and then it has a histogram here, which is the energy histogram, and that calculates the strength of price movement. You can see it goes above and below the zero line. You can see that when strength starts to wane, it gets down here, it goes below, then it starts to pull up and price pulls up. So you can see that it's predictive of the strength of price and the movement of price as well. The green, of course, indicates a strength in price, and the gray indicates when it's weakening, and then the red is when it's weaker, more in the trending type of state to the downside. The yellow and the red underscores are points of both strength and weakness, yellow being strength and red being weakness. And then it has the RTM line, which is the regression to the mean line. And this line is coupled with a set of price timing alerts, and that's these blue dots that you see here. Well, it has yellow dots and blue dots as well, and in white. So all the dots, no matter what color they are a one set or another of price timing alerts that really facilitate trading with the trend. So this will be like the first of 5 main videos to explain each part and each panel and each indicator of the inflection point trade system. And then the final video will be finding high probability trades using all the points of the system together. So let's go ahead and take these off, and because we're just gonna in this video talk about we're going to talk about the RTM line. And let me move this over some. This was today, which was the 26th, but I want you to be able to see some more of seeing how it works and everything. So the price panel then, that's this upper panel here that will include the price line, candlestick price line, and the set of timing, different sets of timing alerts, and the RTM. Again, it's a regression to the mean line. The RTM line itself then is made up of 4 colors. It's got the primarily constant main color, yellow here, and it intermittently changes to green and red and sometimes blue. Okay, so let's go over what these colors mean and how the panel signals work together for better trading. The timing alert dots are populated at times when there's a significant probability of price changing. You can see that here, and it goes down here, it goes up, here it goes up, here and here and here. It's going down, here it's going up. So they're populated at these specific points that are showing a higher probability. And if they are below the candlestick, they alert, of course, that price may go up. And if they are above the candlestick, they then alert that price may go down. And we'll see how those are used right after we explain the RTM line. The RTM, or regression to the mean line, serves as both a support and a resistance area. You can see how it comes down here. It supports price here. It finally breaks through here, and now it's serving as resistance. It's serving as resistance, and it breaks through again. So it serves as a support and resistance line, and price tends to vacillate around the RTM line until it finally moves away in one direction or another, from the pressures of supply and demand. And in whatever direction price starts to distance itself from the RTM line, then that's time when it's likely the beginning of a minor or a major. This is just a minor trend here, and as we move back forth, we can see this is more of a major trend. So that when it crosses one way or another and starts to move away from it, that's usually the beginning of a minor or major trend, and that's good information to know because usually it's fairly easy to take a point at most places out of this, but when you're in a trend, you want to capture 3 or 4 or more points with it. So with the RTM line then, it serves as support and resistance, and again it's primarily a solid color, and it'll remain that solid color, but intermittently it will turn green or red or blue. The blue is simply, again, let's go back here. We saw a blue is simply the indication of a more intense green, or if it's in the red, an intense red condition. It's really the green and the red that are significant, because they tell us, the green and the red do, how we're going to use these timing alert dots. So let me move back over here and get some down movement here as well. See if I can get a red line on the timing alert. Yeah, right there. So that'll be good. Okay, so we can see the green and the red on the RTM line. And the RTM line and the timing alert dots basically form a trend trading system. And here's how it works. When the RTM line changes from to green, then and only then are the timing alert dots below the candlestick can be traded and only to the upside. So here's what that means. When it turns green, you can take the timing alert dots for a trade, but you can only take the timing alert dots that are below the candlestick. So this is green. You could take that one to the upside. You could take this one to the upside. You could take this one to the upside. You could take this one. You could take this one to the upside, and vice versa. Well, over here you couldn't have taken these to the upside because the timing alerts changed to red. So then, of course, if it's red, you can only take the timing alert dots that are above the candlesticks, these and these and these over here. You can only take the timing alert dots that are above the candlesticks, and you can only take them to the downside. So when it's green, you can continue taking the timing alert dots that are below the candlesticks until it changes red. And when it changes red, you can continue to take the timing alert dots that are above it and take them short until it changes green again. And let's see where that, okay, so we see that we could have taken this one down here, and that's about, I don't know, about 10 points right there. So it's pretty easy to catch a point. And now it's changing to green again. So we can take this alert dot, we can take any of the ones that are below the candlesticks, and you can see that way we're constantly getting in to the uptrend here. And of course, as we mentioned, it's just reverse when you're taking them to the downside. And while it's possible then to trade the timing alert dots with the RTM line as a system by itself and do it fairly successfully, not every timing alert dot will meet the high probability that's required for a trade for the system. So these timing alert dots and this system is best used as part of the entire inflection points trade system with the oscillators and the histogram. So that basically explains the price panel. Now in the next video, let me do this. In the next video, we will be looking at, turn this guy on. We'll be looking at this guy, the histogram, which is the energy indicator. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next video.